ShawneeCTV would like to thank the following community sponsors in helping make this broadcast possible. Sebastian Homes, specializing in exceptional residential properties. David Nicholas and Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Jeff Chamblin, Farm Bureau Insurance Agent, enjoys helping people. Mentoring with a mission. Uplift Mentoring. GCTC, a career and technology center located in Shawnee. Brown and Sons Towing and Recovery. Big or small, we tow them all. Play It Again Sports, where we give you cash for your gently used athletic equipment. Rand Roofing Company. Give David James or Stephen Johns a call. Stewart & Clover Attorneys and Title Company exists to help people. Big enough to solve problems, small enough to care. Fred's Tire and Battery is locally legendary. Downtown Auto Body works for you with your insurance company to reduce your hassles. Protecting your business is our business. Ford Insurance Agency, Charlotte, Barnett. Casterkey Auto Mart. Shop at the lot or online. At Hardesty Deli, the food is great and the people are even better. Connecting patients to convenient, compassionate care in our community, that is First Med. Local, family-owned business with over 40 years of experience, Casterkey Tire and Alignment. L's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler. Eric's Pharmacy. Ask about compounding. Triad Complete Healthcare. Schedule an appointment today.
Shawnee, we are in Norman, Oklahoma. Memorial Field, the home of the Sooners. Championship field to watch a championship game. Mark Wright, set us up.
First, it was Bixby, Daniel, where we manhandled the Spartans in the first round of the playoffs at home. Then it was on to Noble, where we scored 28 unanswered points in a come-from-behind thrilling victory over the Bears. And then last weekend, right here in Norman, where we held on in a nail-biter to defeat the Ardmore Tigers with that tenacious Wolves defense leading the way and a 23-16 win, as Carter Whitson scored the go-ahead touchdown with only 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The final stop on the way to that coveted gold ball takes place tonight as the Shawnee Wolves take on Lawton MacArthur for the Class 5A State Championship. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Wright, along with Daniel Shaughnessy from Owen Field in Norman, Oklahoma, on the campus of Oklahoma University. Daniel, it was 30 years ago as a 1973 edition of the Shawnee Wolves put together a very impressive, successful effort and came away as state champions, defeating Miami 41-14. And now it's taken the Wolves 30 years to get back in this position. An opportunity to play for the most prized possession in high school football, the Class 5A State Championship Trophy.
Oh, Mark, as we watch the boys, young men, the Warriors, walk around the field and prepare for the toss, you can hear the Shawnee crowd going crazy already.
Well, the Lawton MacArthur Highlanders got here by beating Douglas, Claremore, and then Tulsa East Central last weekend. They beat them 49-14 and really ran away with that game. I think it was 28-0 at halftime.
Yeah, and they were a tough team. Let me say something a little bit about MacArthur. In the write-up that they have, they read it right out. They say, the hottest team in Class 5A. You know, we have a hot team as well, Mark. And we've been going up against, it seems like, week after week, the hottest team in 5A. Last week it was Ardmore. This week it's Lawton. I just know in the hearts of our boys as we watch them prepare for this game, they're ready. They are ready.
Well, you know, I were down on the field earlier during warm-ups, and I haven't seen that kind of intensity all year long. I mean, these young men are definitely prepared, and Monday and Tuesday were 2 great days of workouts for the Wolves, but some of the most intense workouts that Coach Whitson says since he's been here. And you see the seniors down there lined up as the captains. All the seniors really are representing there, but you see some of those guys down there. But let me tell you, these guys are so prepared, and they were so focused that as they were warming up down there, as Lawton began to scream and holler and do their cheers, they didn't pay no attention whatsoever. They were so focused in what they were doing.
That's exactly right. And as they even go out for the flip, as they have been over the past playoff games, the seniors are all going out, leading this team, and they've been leading this team to victory. And from day one of practice this year, Coach Whitson has said, this team will go as far as these seniors will take them. And you know what? These seniors have now led them all the way to the state championship game. Uncharted territory for Shawnee for 30 years.
Yeah, it's good to see them finally back in here. We're gonna play a team tonight that Coach Whitson says they have unbelievable speed and are very, very talented. And they talks about some of the offensive scheme and how deceptive they are. But I tell you what, that stalwart and stubborn defense of the Wolves will be tested to the limit tonight. But I tell you, it's the final game, Daniel, for these seniors, and they intend on finishing what they started back in those 100-degree days of August, and that is a state title for the Shawnee Wolves, and they're just about ready to break that banner. When they do, the fans are going to go absolutely wild and nuts here at Memorial Stadium. We've got a great, great crowd, even more than we had last week, and I'm telling you, it's pretty cold outside, but our fans are here. They're ready to support these Shawnee Wolves, and I'm so proud of the way they have responded as they're just about ready to break through that banner. You see them standing there, jumping up and down, and you might think they're cold, but they're not. They're just excited. The intensity level is at its extreme height. And here they go. Here come your Shawnee Wolves, ready to be state champions.
And now, folks, you're listening to our fans, the Shawnee fans, all the way across this stadium. We're going to have a unique look tonight because we've always been on the same side as our players and as our fans. But tonight we're on the opposite side, and we're able to get shots like this for you. The fan response is just phenomenal. Coach even talked about it all week long, how proud he is of his players and how the players all feel like the community is behind them because of fan response like this. Talking about the seniors, there's talk amongst themselves in the locker room, and they're saying that their dream this year was not just to make it to the state finals, but to win the state finals. They want to see it happen. They're envisioning it happen. They want to get out and get a quick score, and on defense, they want to shut down their speed, Mark.
Well, I was at the pep rally last night, Daniel, that was held downtown in the Coliseum there, and it was the electricity in the air as Coach Whitson talked a little about the 73 state championship team and recognized them. And I was sitting right behind those guys, and you could still see the pride in their eyes as they sat there and watched those younger players down there, and they know what it's like. They've been there. They know that same feeling and of just the electricity in the air as we are ready to kick off here tonight. You see the kickoff team coming out there, and we're just seconds as getting this game underway. We'll be receiving the ball. Lawton Mack will be kicking off, and you see Joe Collier back there along with, as soon as he turns, I'll tell you.
Looks like Lamar.
Lamar White, okay. Folks, we're way up here. We're actually higher than we were last week.
It's a lot of fun.
We're a level higher than we were even last week, and their numbers are so small.
You know, Joe looked at us today while we were down on the field this evening just before the game. He said, this is my last game. I'm going to bring one back. Let's see if he can do it.
And there's the kickoff. It's really a short, high kick, taken at the 20-yard line. And number 12, Zach Wallace, takes that ball back, and he really gets nowhere on that as he has stopped there for practically no gain. That was a very high kickoff.
It really was. He had to wait for that ball to come down, and you're right, he didn't get a gain. There was good pursuit by the quick Lawton MacArthur team. They call them the Highlanders. Those Highlanders, I know from the Scottish films I've watched, they like to run.
Well, they are fast, and we're going to see just how quick they are tonight. Carter Whitson goes in shotgun formation to set it up here tonight. First play from scrimmage, your Shawnee Wolves Carter wants to throw the ball, and then there's a flag.
I think there was motion on the line before the snap.
Set up this offense for you. Zach Howard, the left tackle. Justin Thompson, the left guard. Jake Simpson, the center. Brian Little, the right guard. Anthony Harry, the right tackle. Walter Boyd, your tight end. Zach Wallace and Antoine Cudjoe, your wide receivers. Quarterback Carter Whitson. The fullback Cody Lyles, and Mark McLean, the tailback.
And I'll tell you, Mark, last week in the trenches, the boys were big. Brian Little probably had the best game of his career last week. Let's see how he does this week.
5-yard penalty against the Wolves. And Carter keeps the ball, pitches out, and we've got some running room out there as he gets all the way down to the 39-yard line.
That's Lamar White.
Lamar was out there on the wingback formation and a 23-yard pickup. So we've got a little bit of speed of our own that we need to show these Highlanders.
I'll tell you what, the Wolves offense feels like they found some things off of the film in which they see the outside pinching in too close of Mac. They come in hard down the line, and they think they can push them out just like they did and cut it upfield.
I haven't seen that play very much this year at all as we pitch the ball out there to the outside. Carter Whitson wants to throw, takes the ball, keeps it, runs, picks up a couple of yards before he's stopped there.
That's one thing that the coaches are confident. They're confident that the blue-collar ethic of the Shawnee Wolves could move the ball against these quick Highlanders. Put some muscle on them, move them out of the way.
That'll be 2nd down and 6 now for Shawnee. Ball spotted at the Wolves' 42-yard line. Carter Whitson in the shotgun formation. 5 wide receivers. Looks like they jumped off there, but Carter has a little trouble there. Well, they were coming in a hurry, and I don't see a flag there, but the outside linebacker, defensive lineman came in a hurry there.
You see big number 40 there. You want to say that name for
Michael Pushke. Michael Pushke plays both offense and defense. He's a tight end on offense, and he plays linebacker there. One of the best linebackers in the state of Oklahoma, some say. And they've actually got 6 men going both ways on offense and defense, Daniel.
They have a lot of athletes on their team.
Not much of a gain there. 3rd down and 6 now. Our first 3rd down coming up. Whitson wants to throw the ball. He's covered up, and the receivers are covered up as well as they take care of business against our wide receivers, and he has nowhere to go with it there, so he has to just keep the ball and actually loses a couple of yards. Wolves will have to punt on their first possession.
It didn't look like it was anything that was unexpected. They were dropping into a man coverage, and they were bringing those ends in quick. We'll have to see on the next possession what the Wolves do to handle it. See Coach Brent Woodson there on the sideline.
Jason Bourbonnais on to punt the ball for the Wolves, standing at his 35. Gets a not too good of a punt off. It's kind of a line drive, and it's taken there on the 25-yard line.
That looks like Cody Lyles and Will Thompson in on that stop. Good hit.
35 yards on that punt by Jason Bourbonnais, and now the Highlanders. Lawton MacArthur will take over for the first time on offense. 1st and 10 yards on the 24-yard line. Quarterback Ryan Karstensen goes under center, man in motion.
They gave it to number 3.
They gave it to number 3, and you see that deceptive speed. That's Alvin Lusby who takes the ball there. It's like a Gator offense that shows a lot of misdirection, and they can do a lot of different things with that particular style of offense. Coach Whitson says they can sweep the tailback through the middle. They can throw a long pass. They can do all these things all off of a fake. And so it's very deceptive. It's very difficult to defend this type of offense. And on every play, they'll send a man in motion. So it's very, very, very hard to defend that type of offense. 1st and 10 on that play. There goes the man in motion. And this time he hands it off again And that time we snuffed it out as he runs laterally.
He lost about 7.
And gets nothing on that particular play. Actually, minus 4 yards on that carry.
As number 9, it looked like Julian Furman running the ball. It looked like Jared Jackson was there for the tackle. It's good to see the boys be able to string it out like that, Mark. I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to be able to string them out down the line and get some help over there to make the tackle.
No gain on that play. Actually, a loss of 3 yards. It's second down and 13. 4-yard loss. Ball on the 31-yard line. Another handoff there. To see a flag goes down for a loss. That's Chris Jackson, the wide receivers. And I tell you, it plays havoc on a guy that's up here trying to report who's got the ball because there's so much misdirection that goes on. We'll check that flag there and see.
Now, as Joe Collier in on the stop, he came up fast from his cornerback position. And looks like there was holding out there on the corner against the receiver who was actually trying to block Joe Collier. It didn't seem to stop him any, though, Mark.
Let's check this flag here. It's going to be declined.
It was illegal use of the hands.
Because it's going to bring up should be third down, right? Okay, should bring up third down and 13 now.
I like the way that they're stringing that out.
The Highlanders haven't really passed a whole lot compared to the Wolves. Karstensen has thrown the ball 109 times. He's completed 69 of those passes. He's got a pretty good percentage rating of 63%, but now it looks like they'll probably need to pass. He rolls out to his right and doesn't. That's another flag goes down.
Yeah, it looks
that's
like
probably going to be a holding call.
And you know, Mark, that's a unique lineup that they like to do. And the coaches were explaining that not all 3 of those receivers out there can be eligible at one time. One will find that he'll have to hang out around the line simply because of the lineup and the way that they have them offset on both sides. Can't say that I quite understand it, but it was an interesting pickup that the coaches read from film, that they have one player out on that 3-player set that's actually a dead player.
Blocking below the waist was the call that goes against Lawton Mack, and we will decline that penalty because that puts them in a 4th down position, and it's 4th and 15. They'll have to punt. And there's a fake punt, and I thought it was going to be fake, and he takes off running, but then he finally kicks it. That was very strange. Very strange indeed as Joe Collier fights to get back some yardage there. 36 yards. Did you think he was going to run with the ball? It looked as though he tried to run with it. And there's another flag down on the play there.
It came on the return, and it was thrown at a blocker, and I think it was a block in the back.
Probably a push in the back, so that does push us back a little further. Still not too terribly bad field position on our second possession of the game tonight.
And actually, my spotter told me it was holding.
Holding was the call. Ball spotted on the 28-yard line. Carter Whitson throws the ball out there, and that is Bourbonnais, who makes a nice catch close to a first down. He's going to be very, very close to it. 11 yards on that pass completion from Whitson to Bourbonnais, and yes, it is a first down for the Wolves, so that's their first down tonight.
I'll tell you what, Coach Whitson said that they were going to have to be able to pass tonight in order to beat this team.
Wolves seem to be really moving quickly tonight. I mean, they seem to have an extra little spring in their step as they come to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line. Whitson hands the ball off, and he just fights for every single inch.
Lamar White down there.
Lamar White in there all the way to the 45-yard line. Wolves threatening into Lawton Mack territory on their second possession. Did a great job defensively, Daniel, as we took care of business back when Lawton had the ball moments ago. It'll be second down now, 4 yards to go for your Shawnee Wolves. Now looks like a stoppage of play here for some strange reason.
Looks like
official timeout is the call. Appreciate Robert Douglas up here in the booth with me tonight is my official spotter. Appreciate him coming over and helping out.
Well, if you're going to recognize Robert, you got to recognize old Jake, too. Jacob Wright, your son. He's up here.
Jacob's been doing stats all year. Does a great job.
Josh is up here. We got it all going on.
Got the whole fam up here because it's warm. 2nd down and 4 now for the Wolves. Carter Whitson keeps the ball, runs up the middle, pushes his way near a 1st down. He's about a yard shy, I believe.
Big number 65 wrapped him up, Nathan Fernandez. He's a sophomore, 248-pound sophomore. He's a big old boy.
Can't say enough about this offensive line for the Wolves. We don't mention their names enough.
You're exactly
Herod,
right.
Little, Simpson, Thompson, Howard, Boyd, those guys who are every game long doing their job to make those holes for those running backs and for Carter Whitson.
Well, and they've led this charge through the playoffs, Mark. They really have.
It's 3rd down and short yardage situation. Carter Whitson goes under center. And oops, we jumped a little too soon there. I think that might have been Walter.
Yeah, he and Cody Lyles both seemed to jump at the same time.
Get some of those butterflies worked out in the 1st quarter.
Well,
here.
you know, that's our 3rd penalty. That's a 3rd flag thrown on us so far in just the first 2 possessions, Mark.
Yeah, been 5 penalties already tonight. And we didn't see I think that's about all we had the whole game last week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's a little bit more difficult situation now for the Wolves. It's 3rd and 6 now. And looks like they're showing a blitz. Carter Whitson chucks the ball out there to Cudjoe. He's got the ball at the 35 to 30 and breaks tackles. Or actually he takes the tacklers with him for about 10 yards. As you saw, a quick frozen rope from Whitson to Cudjoe, 28 yards on that pass completion.
You really did. And again, the coaches feel like they can throw on this ball team. They feel like Lawton Mack is a team that's going to show them a lot of man coverage, and that's one of our bread and butter plays, the slant.
How many times have we seen that one? Wish I had a nickel for every time we've seen that play this year.
We've seen it work.
It works. It works for the Wolves, and this works too because it's 1st and 10 now on the 28-yard line. Another flag goes down.
That looked like number 4 in black and yellow jumped into the neutral zone. That looks like what they're saying.
That's J.R. Harris for Lawton Mack. I hope so.
I'm telling you, Mark, it looks like Lawton Mack is trying to employ the same defensive tactic that Ardmore tried last week and just trying to attack Carter Whitson. But our line has proven to be a very disciplined line, and we've been able to pick up the players that are coming in, and Carter has time to make those throws, or he's handing off, and Lamar's able to make some yardage on the run.
It's 1st down and 5, and that is the best position you can be in because you can do just about anything out of the playbook that your little heart desires when you're in that kind of situation. As Carter Whitson takes the ball, he goes to his right. He's got a blocker out there, Lamar White, and he makes the corner. Carter Whitson all the way down to the 3-yard line. What a great run by Carter. Credit number 22, Lamar White, out there making a nice block, 20 yards on that carry from Carter Whitson.
He and Joe Collier was out there as well, leading the way. It was good to see Carter tuck and run on that because there was a lot of green in front of him. It's a well-conceived play against this defense.
It's 1st down and goal for the Shawnee Wolves with 4 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in your 1st quarter. The Wolves threatening right here on the 3-yard line. Carter Whitson, shotgun formation, keeps the ball over just straight up the middle, and he probably gets about 1 yard on that particular play. Defense for Mack, Lester Witherspoon, Jamel Cudjoe, Brandon Lusby, David Fernandez, Michael Pushke, David Cooper, Chris Jackson, Kyle Walbrick, Julian Furman, J.R. Harris, and Alvin Lusby.
Tell you, we'd like to see him push the ball right in now, and I see a bunch of fans over there just ready to go off. Mark.
Well, Daniel, one of the things that we have up on Lawton Mack is our size, and this is where you want to take advantage of our size. And that time, they have some penetration there, and he gets about a half, maybe a yard, still gets a yard, even though they got penetration. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
That was number 65 again, who got in there pretty quick, and he got right to Carter's feet. He just kind of slashed the gap and got to Carter's feet. Carter was still able to push ahead for about one, like you say. I think we only have a few feet to go for a touchdown.
Walter Boyd time?
Straight ahead, Walter.
Actually, he doesn't. Or he does. Is that Walter?
Over the top.
Touchdown, Shawnee High. Oh, does that work or does that work?
It's always good to see Walter line up back there. I didn't know, though, that he was going to the high jumper, as we see those fans who were just itching to go off.
Put him on the track team as a high jumper. Yeah, might as well.
Well, soon we'll be seeing a lot of these same boys out on the basketball team.
It's basketball season, but they're going to have to wait till next week. Adam Betterton on for the extra point. It's down, it's up, and it's good as Adam splits the uprights. And with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Wolves draw first blood, baby.
Isn't that good?
Oh, this feels
awesome.
good.
It's awesome to see the Wolves take the ball down like they owned the field.
It's like they belong here, you know. I mean, and they've not really got any respect. They've been so. I mean, they of course they weren't picked early on to do as well as they have done, but even when they got into the playoffs, not too many people thought they really deserved to be where they are. But Coach Whitson knows what kind of team he has down there, and he knows what they're capable of. And you know what? The players believe it too now. There's no doubt about they know they deserve to be here.
You're exactly right, and it's all business for them, which is something that's great to see with young men this age. It's business for them, and they are pushing forward to a goal, and that goal is a gold ball, a new gold ball.
Wow. Let me talk a little bit about that blistering loss to Tulsa East Central, 35-7 in that seventh game of the season. Coach Whitson was criticized heavily for some comments that he made way back then when his team played. You remember that. He talked about how the offensive line was getting whipped and the defense was not tackling well. He was vilified in the Tri-County Speak section of the News Star and much maligned for telling it like it was, Daniel. And he said that they just didn't fight. They got whipped, and he shared his disappointment. Well, now I want to say to all those fans that were critical of Coach Whitson's truthful comments, look where they are now in the state championship. As Felix Banjo kicks the ball off, and it's taken there on the 15-yard line.
And he's swarmed over by just a host of Wolves. As we look and see the Shawnee Wolves draw first blood. Shawnee 7, Lawton Mac 0.
That looks good. That looks good.
We want the blood to keep going that way as we see another mark-off flag against Lawton MacArthur, pushing them back inside their own 20-yard line, Mark.
That's nice. Starting lineup for Lawton Mac. Julian Furman, number 9, the wide receiver. Michael Pushke, the tight end. Jermel Cudjoe, number 73, the left guard. Sean Garibay, the left guard. 51, the center, Jeff Williams. And I'll give you the rest in just a moment as the quarterback throws the ball right over the middle, and it's complete there. And that's number 3 who catches that ball for Lawton Mac.
Alvin Lusby. He's been the one to credit for the first 2 plays of any substance from Latin Mark. He opened the first play of the game with an 11-yard scamper, and he just caught that for another first down.
He wasn't listed as the starter here on my starting lineup, and I'll get to the rest of that in just a minute as Ryan Karstensen, the quarterback, who just made that pass completion, comes to the line of scrimmage. Another misdirection play as number 6 gets the ball around the left side there, and that's Megale Lee. They're running in a lot of different players there. Kyle Walbrick, number 10, the wide receiver. Chris Jackson, number 5, the other wide receiver. And then I didn't mention the right guard, Nathan Fernandez, and the right tackle, Jacob Russell. Lester Witherspoon, number 22, is the running back. But they're sending in a lot of different players and a lot of different formations. Ryan Karstensen, the quarterback. And the fullback takes the ball over the middle. And gets near the 48-yard line. They're showing a little bit of movement now on offense there.
They really are. They're going in every other direction, Mark. They really have them scattering. I can understand what they're talking about making it hard for the defense to tell where that ball goes because they really have people going in every direction in that backfield, and they're all quick.
Ball 1st and 10 at the 48. Chris Jackson that time carries the ball.
And Jared Jackson pulling him down. He almost got the ball with it when he took him down. And the way that they carry that ball, it looks like we may get some turnovers. But that's one thing that Coach Whitson credited on this playoff run is our ability to take care of the ball, and he noted that Lawton Mack has been very good at it as well.
Well, Coach Whitson talked about the deceptiveness of this particular team, and I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of football games, but it is so difficult to see who has the ball. I'm telling you, they are just scattering around there, and he does such a wonderful job of faking the handoff and deceiving. Well, he's deceiving me every play.
Yep.
A flag goes down as number 5, Chris Jackson, goes in motion that time, and that's going to be against Lawton Mack.
It was a delay of game penalty, Mark. It's really going to help us out. That's going to push him back from a 2nd and 4 and make it a 2nd and 9. If we can weed out this play, it'll bring up a big 3rd down.
Okay, it's 2nd down and 9 and now for Lawton Mack. And Karstensen wants to throw the ball, and it's knocked down. I couldn't see who got their hand on that. Daniel?
I didn't see who got the hand on it. It might have been, it was Chicago Heron who almost intercepted it. And you know, it might have been David Holmes, it looks like, who might have got that hand on it.
Well,
Brandon was in there as well, though.
Karstensen, the quarterback, is only 5'11", 153 pounds. He's not a very big fella, junior quarterback. So with some of those big fellas on the line there, it's a very opportune time for them to knock that ball down. People like Chris Brandon, who towers over him. Karstensen keeps the ball around his left side. Gets close enough to a 1st down. I believe he's probably going to make that.
Coach Whitson is really upset.
Yeah, we didn't contain them that time at all as they were able to get quickly to that left side and make the corner cut and get enough for the 1st down. 1st and 10 now on the 40-yard line, the Wolves' 40-yard line.
We cannot get back on our heels now. We really have to continue to attack, just like we did on that 1st drive.
Pushke out here at the bottom of your screen, one of the wide receivers. And that time they fooled us all the way, big time, fooled us that time.
Number 9, Julian Furman.
Yeah, Furman went all the way in motion, took that ball and found some open running room there, and that was a big 40-yard run by Julian Furman to tie this game. Well, here comes the extra point to possibly tie the game.
You can't let him get out there in front of you because you're not going to catch him, it looks like.
They do have the team speed. There's no doubt about that. And already they've tied this one up with 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter.
A minute 17 left to go in the 1st quarter. We're all tied up at 7.
Wow. Man,
they can strike quickly.
And
you know, you're vulnerable when you go down and you score. You want to get the opposing offense off of the field as quick as possible. But Lawton Mack really put together a good-looking drive there. And hopefully we can just turn it around and do the same, just like we did a moment ago.
Yeah, that was pretty impressively a pretty impressive drive for Lawton Mack as we weren't able to stop him there. Last week, all 4 of Lawton Mack's touchdowns came on plays of at least 27 yards. So they know how to score on the big play there.
They really do. So we want to
scoreboard 7-7 with 1 minute 17 left to go as we're set to kick off here now this is Lawton Mack's first time to kick the ball after they've scored now. And another real high kick goes to the 25-yard line as Carter Whitson gets nowhere. And, they kick that ball up there so high that it allows their defenders to get down there and cover that ball about the same time that the receiver catches the ball.
Yeah, there can be a few adjustments made in our blocking scheme for that if they continue to do it. We should be able to pick up a little bit of yardage, but we're getting the ball in good field position with kicks like that anyway.
Assuming he kicks it to the goal line and we run it back, that's a pretty decent run back, wouldn't you say? 26 yards. So we're set up with pretty decent field position after the kickoff. 1st and 10 now for the Shawnee Wolves on the 26-yard line. Whitson pauses there, and that caused the collapse in a hurry. And I'm not sure exactly if they were just covered receivers, but I've never seen him quite stand there.
I'll tell you what happened. He actually was faking a handoff, Mark. Lamar went one way, and Carter thought he was coming in front of him.
It never happened. Okay,
exactly.
Busted play. So a loss of a couple of yards on that busted play. It'll be 2nd down and 12 now for the Wolves. Whitson hands the ball off to the first man through. And he gets at least the yardage that we lost back. That's Cody Lyles, who took that ball. Lined up that time in the I formation. We haven't seen a whole lot of that formation thus far this season.
You're right, not recently, in fact.
Earlier in the season, I think they did that.
Yeah. They like those quick hitters with Cody. It's good for 3 or 4 yards each time he does it. Sometimes he pops it for more. He picked up 4 there.
You can see Lawton Mac trying to get their fans all fired up. It's 3rd down and 8, and a timeout is called.
Fred's Tire and Battery is locally legendary. Known for their friendly family welcomes and just as friendly exits, Fred's can service your vehicle needs. Make Fred's Tire and Battery your first stop when your vehicle needs service. Charlotte Barnett has insured regional business with commercial policies for over 40 years. If you want to get the best commercial insurance coverage while working with a commercial insurance expert, call Charlotte's Ford Insurance Agency now for a quote. Great prices sell cars, and Castricke Auto Mart truly understands that principle. Straightforward pricing with no gimmicks. Located on the corner of Harrison and Jefferson for over 40 years, shop at the lot or online. Castricke Auto Mart. They're good people. Downtown Auto Body works for you with your insurance company to reduce your hassles. Downtown Auto Body is on your side to get your vehicle repaired as it should be, back at top condition. Trust Downtown Auto Body, Main Street, Shawnee.
Well, we traded touchdowns in the first quarter as Shawnee put together a very impressive drive to draw first blood, as you saw Walter Boyd go over and score the first touchdown. But then Lawton Mac, when they got the ball back, responded in kind as they were able to put 6 points on the board as well and tie this thing up 7-7.
This is a big 3rd down play for Shawnee.
Certainly is. It's 3rd down and 8. And Whitson goes into shotgun formation, tandem receivers for the top and bottom of your screen. Whitson's got great protection, finds his man out there, and he was so open, and you don't see that happen very often, where Carter Whitson just throws it out there just a little bit too far, and Joe couldn't catch up with that one. Joe Collier, the intended receiver.
From the angle in which we were looking, you saw that Joe did have a few steps on the defender, but from where Carter was, he had just a slight seam that he could squeeze that ball into, and it just went off of Collier's hands.
And had he caught it, though, he could have been gone.
It would have been nice,
because he was behind the receiver. Could have had nothing but an open field to run to. Bourbonnais on now for I believe that is his 2nd punt. Stoppage of play, another penalty marker down, and we've seen a ton of penalties already tonight, and Coach Whitson's having a time over there.
Yeah, he's upset because our end moved on that far side. They were showing somebody coming up onto the line to blitzkrieg him, and he backpedaled a little bit. Oh, he was drawn off.
Okay, so it's offsides is the call.
He was fooling us with that signal, wasn't he,
Sure
Mark?
was. I'm glad we got Robert back down here to tell us what these signals are, because we don't know. All right, let's try it again. Jason Bourbonnais standing now at his 19-yard line. Nice snap. Plenty of time to get away. A pretty decent punt. Takes a great Wolves bounce as the intended receiver came up for the ball and then just backed away in a hurry. So it ended up being a 36-yard punt, which is about his average for the year. All right, now it's 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line for Lawton Mack as they take over on downs. Handoff there goes to
number 22.
22, Witherspoon, who runs around the right side, picks up about 5 or 6 yards on that carry. Nice gain by Witherspoon. 2nd down and 5 now. And I'm telling you, every single play, they're bringing in fresh players and probably keeping those guys fresh there. 2nd down and 5.
There we go.
And there's some more movement. Flags there goes.
Barrett Gilly.
As Barrett Gilly comes in and makes a nice stop.
The ball carrier, but we have a flag on the play. Gilly was on the side.
Megale Lee with the ball. It's going to go against Lawton Mack.
Actually, Barrett was able to take advantage of that penalty and get across there. And would have given him even a little more of a loss. So we'll get to replay 2nd down, it looks like.
That was Lawton Mack's 4th penalty tonight. So now it's 2nd down and 10 as we push him back 5 yards. Carstensen to keep the ball. He throws it out there to Pushke. And I believe he makes the completion. Yes, he does, and that's good enough for a 1st down, or at least he's close to it, I believe.
Coach Whitson sure seems to think that ball bounced. But that official was right on top of the play.
Are they going to give him the 1st down?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Pushke is their number 40, the tight end, the primary receiver. He's caught 23 passes this year for 309 yards. That time the handoff up the middle there to Witherspoon. Witherspoon bouncing his way down across midfield into Wolves territory down to the 44-yard line. You see how deceptive he can be when he's got that ball. Witherspoon is their leading rusher. He's got 894 yards for the year on 144 carries. He's got 9 touchdowns. 6-yard average for Lester Witherspoon, the 6-foot senior.
A real deceptive runner. He hit that hole quick, but then bounced outside when he saw it was closed.
1st and 10 now. Hand off to the men around the end there. And boy, I tell you what, they can really show some deception there.
Yeah,
as that was the end around that time to number 6, Megale Lee.
Yeah, that's big David Holmes coming all the way from his defensive tackle spot to make that tackle 15 yards downfield.
18 yards on that. It looks as though that almost every play is like an end around or something, you know?
Yes, it does.
And it's just so difficult to stop that.
The Wolves are just going to have to settle down and play their lanes.
1st and 10 now for Lawton Mack on the 27-yard line. That ball is right on target to number 3, Alvin Lusby, but he's not able to hang on to it as Carter Whitson's right there on the coverage. But that ball was actually right there on the number, but he didn't make the catch. And so it'll bring up 2nd down now and 10 for Lawton Mack.
They have the Wolves defense, it seems, on their heels, looking at all the action that's going on in the backfield.
Quarterback keeps the ball around the left side, gets nowhere as he runs laterally, pushed out of bounds. You see Chicago Heron, one of the players down there, along with Bedwell.
Yeah, Chicago Heron really strung that out well around that end. That puts them in a big 3rd down. This is big for our boys because they're in 2-down territory. They have kicked a 45-yard field goal this year, and that's about where they are now, about at a 40-yarder. But they may just be in 4-down territory, so we need to stop them here.
3rd down, 7 yards to go now. Ryan Carstensen, the quarterback. Same play this time, and he keeps the ball. And again, ditto last play. trying that. They must see something out there that we're not seeing.
Looks
and
like
it's not
one of
working.
our boys are down, and that may be Chicago Heron.
That's something, Daniel, that we have been relatively free of this year. Thankfully, that we haven't had a whole lot of players down. I believe that is Chicago.
Yep.
That's down on the field there, and we can ill afford to lose that quality of a player as he just flies to the football. You saw him make the tackle on the previous play and that play as well.
Well, and when there's so many bodies flying out that direction, it's very easy for someone to roll up on your leg or clip you a little bit. And Chicago's down, and he's in pain, but he is moving.
Good. He looks like he may just be limping a little bit. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him, possibly.
We know that he had an injury earlier in the year.
Yes, he did. It happened in practice. I remember like the second or third game of the year, and he missed a couple of games, I think. But he looks like he's going to be okay there.
And don't worry, Walls, we'll get back to you. We just want to see our Warrior coming off the field to an ovation of the fans. Big fourth down here, Mark. Fourth down.
This is a big fourth down, and I think they may be over there discussing what their strategy is going to be here. Biggest play of the game thus far, 4th down and 5, and Lawton Mack is going to go for it here. Same play 3 times in a row, and he's still struggling out there. I see a flag go down, and it looks like everyone but maybe 2 of the Shawnee Wolves made that tackle. And I don't understand the concept of why you run the same play 3 times in a row, and it doesn't work either time.
It looks like they got Shawnee for a face mask.
Ouch,
Mark.
ouch.
That is too bad. If we would have taken him down on that, when our first contact that we had, and he wouldn't have messed around in the backfield, we would have been all right.
That could be a critical. Could be just a 5-yarder, but that could be enough for a first down.
They're moving it 10. Personal foul.
Oh, baby, that hurt.
15.
That is crucial because we had them stopped.
Our coaches sure don't like it.
Ouch. Well, that's one of those instances where it seemed like everybody had a shot at the quarterback and he's struggling trying to get loose, and you're just grabbing for whatever you can grab, and sometimes you reach up and grab what you're not supposed to, and that's the face mask, and evidently that's what happened there. So the Lawton Mack gets new blood this time, but that time Witherspoon gets the ball, and he's hit almost immediately as he gets it. And another flag comes down, and we have seen the yellow markers on the field tonight.
That looks like that'll be against Lawton Mack for holding.
Don't call him Lawton Mark.
Excuse me. That'll push him back. That'll push him 10 yards back, which will help us give him a 1st and 20. We're coming after that ball a little bit better here, and hopefully we'll keep that up.
I've noticed more penetration on this particular series than I did earlier, especially the last 4 or 5 plays. It seems like they are getting able to doing some penetration there. 1st and 20 now for Lawton Mack. Quarterback wants to throw the ball. Has a man after the ball. Is tipped as it comes off the hand of Karstensen.
It was David Holmes in there to get his hands up and make that tip, it looked like.
That's the second tip that we've seen tonight.
The defense is getting to be very active, Mark, and this is kind of what we've seen in games past, in which a team may move the ball a little bit early. Then we kind of get caught into our scheme, and we start to see their speed and understand and stop them.
They seem to get more tenacious as the game goes along. Quarterback wants to throw the ball. Karstensen over the middle. Receiver is there and does not make that catch, or that would have been 6 points. And that ball was right on target, it seemed.
It really did, Mark. It looked like the receiver was so open that he got kind of excited.
Maybe he jumped too soon.
And he did, and you know, McAvoy was able to get back into position and knock the ball down out of his hands there at the last second, but we are very fortunate on that play.
I couldn't tell if that was Alvin Lusby. Was that 3?
It was Lusby,
okay.
Yes.
Alvin Lusby, the intended receiver, ball right on target, and I think that's the second one that he dropped. I saw another one went right into that 3, and he missed that one. Timeout on the field.
We haven't been able to call Corey McAvoy's number very often tonight, but that time they came at him. We talk about that a lot, Mark, in the sense of some teams just seem to want to go at Corey, and they don't quite understand that he's quite a cornerback over there. But this Lawton Mac team hasn't really been going that direction.
Yeah, you'd line up all these players and say, let's all have a race and see who can win a 100-meter dash, and I guarantee you number 28 would win that one.
Yeah, I hope so. This Lawton Mac, not Lawton Mark, this Lawton Mac
You're
team.
You're a terrible time with
has had a few fast players themselves that they're showing tonight.
Well, we've seen several of them tonight, and
we've just got a report that Chicago Heron actually just twisted his ankle. He's fine, and we're expecting him back.
Yeah, it's got to be almost broken before you're going to stay out there on the sideline tonight.
I'll tell you,
everybody wants to be in this game. Everybody wants to play in this contest. It's third down. It's 20 yards to go for Lawton Mac. Ball spotted at the 23-yard line. Quarterback throws the ball over the middle, and that time it's incomplete again as double coverage there, and a great play by number 8, Joe Collier.
And
as he goes up with the receiver and boom, makes great coverage there.
You're exactly right. That was good coverage.
You
Joe
saw
Collier and
poor Joe last week trying to defend a giant.
And I bet that's Tucker Brown back there in a new number 23 because there's Tyson, of course, is suited up tonight. And we've seen Tucker. He's the only other guy I've seen back there, and he made quite a play to help out Joe. And I'm just guessing, Shawnee, so be forgiving.
All right, 4th and 20. Quarterback wants to throw the ball. He does. He's got a man out there, and the ball is picked off as Shawnee Wolf picks the ball off. He's got some running room out there. Gets all the way back to the 36-yard line.
Looked like Corey McAvoy.
Corey McAvoy as Lawton Mac got a little bit greedy there and decided to keep chunking the ball in the end zone, and every time they throw that ball down there, Corey McAvoy is ready and willing to take the touchdown away from him, and he did, and ran the ball back 36 yards on that return by McAvoy.
I'll tell you what, this team is a scrapper. It's a scrapping team. They'll take anything that you'll give them. And what happens was we bent a little bit, but we would not break. And Lawton really played right into our hands by throwing 4 straight passes.
1st and 10, Shawnee Wolves on the turnover, the first one tonight.
Big play.
Carter Whitson keeps the ball, goes over the right side for a 1-2 yard gain there. And I'll tell you, Daniel, I'm going to say it tonight. I believe turnovers is probably going to be the great fact equalizer in this particular game tonight. Whoever makes the most turnovers probably is going to lose the football game. And we saw it last week against Ardmore, and thus far we've seen 1 turnover now, and we're +5. Actually, now we're +6 in the turnover ratio department for the Shawnee Wolves. 2nd down. Carter Whitson wants to throw the ball. That ball is caught, and it's all the way down to the 37-yard line.
No, he didn't.
It's not caught? Oh, I thought he had it. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I really thought he had that ball.
So did Coach Whitson. He thought that he caught the ball, and then he fumbled it. Would have retained possession because it went out of bounds, but Coach, I think, is okay that it wasn't.
Okay. Pardon me, I just thought, it was a great effort no matter what. I thought he had the ball.
It was close.
Zach Wallace stretched out there, and after he did that last week against Ardmore in the 4th quarter as we were driving there, he made one of the most spectacular 30-yard catches that I have seen in a long while. It looked just like that one, and I thought he got it again, but it's going to be 3rd down and 9 now for the Shawnee Wolves as we're in a pass situation here. Ball thrown over the middle, and that one's going to fall incomplete. And a penalty marker down, and that could be a defensive penalty, holding or pushing by the defense. Interference. I'm trying to get it out here.
Yeah, I understand, Mark. They call this tit for tat. We gave up a big penalty in our own side of the field to give them a 1st down inside our own 15-yard line, and now it looks like they may have done the same thing, and it is. They've done the same thing on a 3rd down that gives us a 1st down, and they're marking off a big 15, Mark.
That's 15 yards on the penalty.
And it is pass interference.
Pass interference is the call. Total of 12 penalties already tonight in this game.
Well, it is the state championship, so the refs got to get their due as well.
Just a lot of it. I'm not going to say anything bad about the refs tonight. I got one standing right behind me. I got to be nice tonight about the refs. 1st and 10, and thanks to that penalty for interference,
Big Walter.
Walters takes the ball up the middle there for a nice gain of about 8 yards on that carry.
It's good it's good to see Walter in there moving the ball up the field. I like to see a little bit more of that. Run down their defensive line a little bit. They're quick, but I think that we can move it upfield, straight ahead.
Well, if you were to put everybody on the scale on both teams, we would definitely win that battle because we outweigh them quite a bit. And I would hate to try to tackle a guy like Walter Boyd, close to 300 pounds. Walter gets the ball again, and you can see how big he is and how difficult it is to bring down that man among boys out there, number 96, Walter Boyd.
I only have 5 words to say. Those 5 words are Howard, Thompson, Simpson, Little, and Herring. We don't give them enough credit.
We don't,
and
really.
These guys are opening the hole for Walter. Walter's a big guy, but he's got a hole to run through.
He sure does, and I'm so thankful that we have that kind of size down there to blow that line off the line of scrimmage. 15 yards on that carry by Walter Boyd. It's 1st and 10, Shawnee Wolves on the 27-yard line. Wolves threatening again, almost into the red zone. Carter Whitson, shotgun formation, keeps the ball, gets to the 25-yard line to pick up a 2 or 3 on that carry.
And I think this is the type of football game that we'd like to see. We'd like to see us be able to pick up some shots in the air to open up our running game so we can control the clock and keep their speed off the field. Wear them down with the running game.
It's kind of been one of those smash-mouth football games thus far tonight.
A lot of fun.
Just down in the trenches. 2nd down and 8. Walter Boyd in the backfield along with Lamar White. Keeps the ball, tries to throw it there, and is hit about the time that he let the ball loose. And I believe that was Zach Wallace that was the intended receiver?
I don't know. That ball hit the ground so quick. I can tell you it was Lester Witherspoon who really laid the boom on Carter. It's good to see Carter get up unscathed from that.
I think it was Joe Collier actually who was the intended receiver, but Carter was rushed that time.
Brings up another big 3rd down and long.
4-down territory more than likely, though, for the Wolves. We actually have the wind in our favor here tonight. The wind's out of the north. Last week was strong out of the south, and it's picked up a little bit now out of the north. You see Cudjoe going in motion there to the left side. Whitson wants to throw the ball. Does. Zach Wallace has the ball. Touchdown, Shawnee High.
He just trotted into the end zone. Carter threw that on a rope right through the seam. You had 2 Lawton Mac players diving for it. It's almost as if they crisscrossed, and Wallace was on the other side. Wallace he could have walked in from the 10-yard line. Good pass, good catch. Toss and catch, Mark.
They made it look easy. They really did. 35-yard toss, catch from Whitson to Wallace. We've seen it all year long. Adam Betterton for the point after try. That time it's no good.
I'll tell you what, even with that miss, what happens is a turnover interception on the 1-yard line, and we turn it into points. That's a good sign. We don't see that very often from Adam, but that was a good-looking drive by the Wolves. Again, mistakes from Lawton MacArthur. Interception, long 3rd down. We get a penalty for 15 yards, giving us the 1st down. Give the ball to Walter Boyd a couple of times. Great pass to Zach Wallace, and we're in the end zone.
Well, I tell you, Daniel, that goes to show you how important turnovers are, because we were able to take over. Actually, we intercepted the ball almost down here in the end zone practically, and ran the ball on a nice run back by Collier. But then when we had the ball on the turnover, we were able to drive the field there all the way down to score and put some points on the board, and we finally take the lead again for the 2nd time tonight. Carter Whitson is 3 for 7 for 74 yards already tonight.
With a touchdown.
And Zach Wallace, I'm telling you, that kid is unbelievable.
He
has just broken the single season record for Shawnee High School. He was tied with Jason Dyer back in 1992. That record has been held there for 11 years. And now with 11 touchdowns for Zach Wallace, he has just now broken that high school record. Thank you, Zach Wallace. Kickoff by Banjo, not as deep as it normally is. Ball taken at the 7-yard line, straight up the middle. He gets back to the 30-yard line. That's Julian Furman, the one who received and carried that ball back.
Big number 25, Brandon Davis, is who brought him down. And you know, Carter's also adding with each touchdown pass to his high school record of TD passes. His Shawnee High School. These are Shawnee High School records. 15, I believe. Now he's 16 or 17.
You know, one paper said 15 and the other said 17. So,
well, either way, they said it was a record already.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to mention that. He did break that record. Around the left side there goes Alvin Lusby, pushed out of bounds, and it seems like they've run that same play. This time there was a handoff, but they're trying that left side over there for some particular reason and seem to be favoring them. That it works to their advantage that time. Is it about a 6-yard gain on that carry. 2nd and 3 now. Ball on the 37-yard line for Lawton Mack. Handoff up the middle.
Gets close. They might measure on this. Shawnee is taking the lead again, 13-7.
That looks like, was that a fumble on that play? Like he kept the ball. Okay, I saw everybody scrambling around.
They were trying to just go forward for the first down.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to, the mark is on that side of the line. It's going to be very close, Mark.
It was 3rd and 1 on that last
they gave
play.
him a generous mark there.
Yeah, but I don't think he made it. It's going to be a timeout for a measurement, I believe, as they call the chain gang over. And we'll see. While they do that, let me make mention of the fact that this defense of Lawton Mack has held 2 explosive offenses, Tulsa East Central and Claremore, to just 1 offensive touchdown apiece before tonight's game. And we've already seen us score 2 touchdowns tonight. So we're doing a great job there. It's going to be about 2 inches, according to the referee there, as he holds up. You can't get much closer than that without getting a first down.
I'm looking in my field glasses,
I mean,
and it looks like he's right on the post.
That's almost one of those credit card spots, you know. Robert, have you had some of those where you just stick a card in there to see if it's there or not? Have you had a few of those?
This is a great opportunity for the Shawnee Wolves.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's 4th down.
They just did a touch play the last time, and the quarterback tried to go forward for it. Let's see if old David Holmes and Brandon and Torrance Early can
stack this
get
one up.
There.
There's a fumble on the play, and Shawnee gets the ball.
Carter Whitson
with the fumble recovery.
Hey.
And oh my goodness, how big is that?
If you can't stop them on 4th down, you might
as well get
pick
a fumble.
up the fumble.
Yeah, get the turnover ratio in your favor, because that is so disheartening.
That's what a money player will do. He'll be there ready to pick up that fumble. I'll tell you, David Holmes was in there on the bottom of that pile.
Carter Whitson, the quarterback, hands the ball off, tries the left side there, gets about 3 yards on the carry.
Hard-nosed football right behind this big offensive line. We like to see that, Mark. And, you know, they actually he had pushed forward for that first down. So their mistakes again. Yeah, their mistakes again in giving us these opportunities, they work out for the Shawnee Wolves.
No doubt he would have had that first down had the ball not slipped out of his hand. Second down and 6 now for your Shawnee Wolves. Lamar White in the backfield. Carter Whitson wants to throw the ball. He does. Again, Zach Wallace makes a nice catch out there. Good enough for a first down for Shawnee, and the Wolves are threatening again.
The coaching staff felt that stop route would be open all night long in front of those receivers, because the receivers have to respect the deep capability of Antoine Cudjoe and Zach Wallace. And so they're giving up some yardage, and we can pick up 6-8 yards at a pop just with that little stop route.
When a guy's catching 47 yards already this year, you got to give him some kind of respect. I'm talking about number 12, Zach Wallace. 2 men in the backfield now, sharing it with Carter Whitson. Handoff to Lamar White, and he gets stacked up there at the line of scrimmage for not much of a gain.
It was good that Carter handed that off, though, because they had a spy on him. Little number 10 was right in his face right as he handed that off.
Well, they're flying to the football. There's no doubt about that fact that Lawton Mack, maybe they might not be very big, but they will fly to the ball.
Well, and standing down there next to him, these are not little boys, though.
Second down now and 10 for the Wolves. Carter wants to throw the ball. Got his man Cudjoe out there. Cudjoe makes the completion, breaks a couple of tackles, but only gains about 4 yards as he gets close to the 22-yard line.
He danced a little bit out there, giving just enough time for big number 40, Michael Pushki, to really lay a hammer on him. It's good for Antoine to get that ball and move it up the field as he did.
All right, it's third down, and again, Wolves find themselves in 4-down territory, and last time we were right about this place right here, close to it, maybe a little further back, is where you saw Wallace make a touchdown catch. Let's see what happens here. Whitson goes under center. Rose to his right there and is trapped in a hurry in the backfield, as you see about 4 or 5 Lawton Mack defenders closing in on him.
That's a tough decision for Carter because he feels like if he can get right past that first runner, he might pick up that first down. But as it turned out, if he would have just pitched it out to Lamar had a better shot of getting around that corner than he did.
Well, it's a little bit further than field goal range for Adam Betterton that he's kicked. He's kicked a 35-yarder, so looks like we're probably going to go for this one on 4th down here.
Let's see how Lawton Mack plays this if they bring the rush.
Carter Whitson in shotgun. Looks like they're threatening the blitz. Has a man out there, and it's Zach Wallace. And it's going to be pass interference, but it doesn't matter because Wallace makes the catch at the 11-yard line.
You know, Wallace is using his body very well against number 3, Alvin Lusby. It just looks like he's able to get into the position that Alvin's not.
And it's pass interference is the call against the Lawton Mack Highlanders, and that is going to be nullified or declined. I look for these words and they just don't come sometimes.
I think this referee behind you is kind of intimidating.
He is. 13 yards on that pass and catch from Wallace, from Whitson to Wallace. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone go your Shawnee Wolves. Ball's on the 11-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and he's stacked up again. Boy, they are certainly flying to the football and stacking that up as Lamar White doesn't get anywhere on that play.
Yeah, that was really tough. We're counting down to the end of the first half, and it's good to see the Wolves in 4-down territory down here to get some points just before halftime.
And it's 2nd down and 11 now. 46 seconds. Wolves need to play clock control tonight. Blitz coming. Carter Whitson sees it. He keeps the ball. He's to the 5-yard line. He's there. Close to a touchdown. Does he get in? No. They say he fell down and his knee touched at the 1-foot line. He almost got there.
You know what, though, Mark? That's enough for a first down. Carter made a good move at the 5-yard line to miss a tackler. That tackler, as a matter of fact, came up nothing but air, and the next one pulled him down. From my angle, he made it, if that's any consolation.
Well, Daniel, we've got 2 timeouts left, but I'm going to say we're probably not going to need them here. 1st and goal, Shawnee, and it's touchdown, Shawnee High.
I'll tell you what.
Right before halftime.
Right before halftime.
How deflating can that be to Lawton MacArthur to not be able to stop the Wolves as they take a 19-7 lead right here with 24 seconds left to go in the half.
And I'll tell you, they demolished them on a 4th and 9 with a big play to keep that drive alive.
Shawnee goes ahead and uses one of those 2 remaining timeouts to talk about what they're going to do on this particular point after try. I'm going to assume, Daniel, that they may go for 2 points. All right, looks like we are going to go for 2, Daniel, and I think that's the most judicious thing to do at this point, as we need to get back that point we lost earlier. Handoff to Lamar White, and he gets the 2-point conversion. And oh, that is sweet. And again, another deflating for Lawton Mack as Shawnee goes up 21-7.
And I have to say, Mark, the Lawton Mack was obviously looking for a pass there. They didn't think that we would go straight ahead. But behind these 5 names, Howard, Thompson, Sampson, Little, and Herod, we have been moving them off of the line. They've only been able to stop us a few times when we've gone straight ahead.
Whitson is 6 for 10 for 99 yards in the first half of play. And he is showing that he is definitely the field marshal of this team.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Mark, you touched on it earlier, and I think that you did it very, very wisely, is that there has been 2 turnovers this half, and those 2 turnovers have cost 14 points.
Exactly.
To Lawton Mack. Without those turnovers, we're looking at a 7-7 ball game. With the turnovers, Shawnee's up.
It's even, yes. That's going to be the deciding factor, as it is in almost every game.
Look at that, Mark. Isn't that just beautiful?
I got to ask
Shawnee
you,
Wolves are filling up this
Are we
stadium.
having fun yet?
Oh, this is great.
Oh, Felix Banjo on for the kickoff. It's a nice high kick that falls at the 3-yard line. It's taken there, and he tries the middle. It doesn't happen, so he gets over to the right side as Shawnee able to catch up with him there with 15 seconds left to go. And Lawton Mack is going to be going to the locker room down, hopefully, if they can't do anything here in the next 15 seconds. 21 Shawnee and Lawton Mack 7. 1st and 10 now for Lawton Mack. Ball on the 23-yard line. Quarterback Karstensen wants to throw the ball. Flag down on the field. And he's still scrambling around there as the clock goes all the way down to 7 seconds. And we'll check that flag and see what the call is there. But it only, regardless, there's only going to be about probably one more play left in there. And somebody's hobbling down there. Who is that?
That's David Holmes, but he's tough. He's as
right.
He's as tough as anybody on that out there on that football field. David Holmes will be back.
Oh, yeah. He just kind of hobbled off. But, all right, we have a conference at the 20-yard line as the Zebras determine what they're going to do here on this particular yellow flag. Wolves leading 21-7. 7 seconds left to go.
Off.
Yeah, just wave it off. Well, it doesn't matter now.
Start that
It's almost
clock.
halftime. Let's go warm up. Let these guys out of the cold out there. But you know what? I bet not too many of them are thinking about how cold it is out there right now. They're thinking about that 21-7 lead at halftime and going in and getting pumped up again, ready to come out to finish this thing off.
You're exactly right.
Here it is, the last play.
That's it.
That's it. As the clock runs out, they don't even get off another play. And your Shawnee Wolves go into halftime, into the locker room, with a 21-7 lead over Lawton Mack. As you see Lawton Mack go over to the sideline there, and we want to show that scoreboard one more time as we take a break for halftime. Shawnee 21 and Lawton MacArthur 7.
And we'll be right back with the pride of the pack, Shawnee. Stay tuned.
We have contracts with many employers, and we do drug testing, alcohol testing, pre-employment screenings. We also do workers' comp, so if someone gets injured on the job and needs stitches, staples, break a bone, then we can absolutely see them and they cannot go to the emergency room.
Connecting our community with convenient, compassionate care.
Yes.
That's what you guys do.
It is what we do.
Play It Again Sports, where we buy your gently used sporting goods for cash. We give this award out once a month. The award doesn't go just to the greatest athlete or to the greatest student. It goes to the greatest person.
At Hardesty Deli, the food is great and the people are even better. A genuinely local atmosphere. The Oliver family has more than 70 years as butchers with Hardesty. If you're in Shawnee, you gotta stop at Hardesty Deli. Every detail tells a story, every sparkle a memory waiting to be made. At L's Jewelry, timeless craftsmanship meets modern elegance, designed for life's most precious moments. L's Jewelry is Shawnee's friendly jeweler.
The bees and their keeper can communicate. The beekeeper can hear when they're in distress and helps in turn. This partnership of mutual encouragement is a reflection of the harmony and balance we strive for at St. Gregory's Abbey.
Caster-Key Tire and Alignment. Local, family-owned business with over 40 years of experience. Tires, alignments, front-end parts, and brakes installed. Check them out on Facebook. Caster-Key Tire and Alignment.
As here we are showing the pack. Mark coming out after halftime. The mood was somber in the locker room at halftime. It was very businesslike, Mark. No talk of winning yet.
Not
only
yet.
of the challenge before us.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want you don't want to catch your chickens before they hatch. And we still got 2 quarters of football left to go as the Shawnee Wolves own a 21-7 lead at halftime over Lawton MacArthur as Felix Banjo set to kick the ball off. Nice kick all the way back into the end zone, and that'll be touched back. Ryan Karstensen, the quarterback. Lots of motion going on down there as we've seen all game long. 2-3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the left. Man goes in motion, and there goes the handoff, and he tries the left side. Not going to get there. 3 yards on that pickup for Lawton Mack. 2nd down and 7 now. Ball on the 23-yard line. Karstensen, the quarterback. Man goes in motion, and he takes the handoff, and he's fooled everybody, including myself.
And me. I was watching the quarterback.
Oh, man, I think everybody was.
I thought that guy was going out for a pass.
Still not sure who had the ball, but he made a great run. Let me tell you real quickly about the stats. 9 first down for Shawnee in the first half, 8 for Lawton. 101 yards rushing, 97 for Mack, 99 yards passing for Carter Whitson, and only 26 yards passing for Mack. 200 total yards for Shawnee and 123 for Lawton. 4 of 7 on 3rd down conversions on only 1 of 5 for Lawton MacArthur. 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception has been so far the difference in the ball game. Motion penalty there.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mark. Just to give a little clue, it looked like their left end jumped off sides, and it's good to see Chicago Heron in there. He made sure that the official saw that play.
2 punts for a 335-yard average for Bourbonnais. No punts for Lawton Mack, and 4 penalties for 30 yards and 6 penalties for 50 yards for Lawton Mack. 1st and 15 on the 5-yard penalty there. There's a handoff, and that is number 3, J.R. Halvin Lusby, who carries it around the left side.
Looked like David Holmes in there as well as Justin Bedwell working together to bring him down after a short gain.
Finishing up these stats in the first half of play, Whitson was 6 for 10 for 99 yards. Wallace made 3 catches for 45. White rushed the ball 6 times for 34 yards, and Whitson had 9 carries on 39 yards. 2nd down and 10 now. Ball on the 43-yard line for Lawton MacArthur. Man goes in motion. Karstensen throws the little slant pattern out there, and the ball is complete, but he doesn't get enough for the 1st down.
I'll tell you, Carter really laid the whack on little Alvin there. It was a good catch, and it's good that he hung on to the ball for Lawton Mack because Carter really laid the boom. It was a quick hitting play. Carter really likes to try to jar that ball loose and make them pay. It stopped him short of the 1st down.
It's 3rd down and a little over a yard needed for the 1st down. Ball right inside Wolf territory. Ball handed off on the left side, and he's still got some running room out there. Hard to tackle that guy. That's Alvin Lusby, 6'1", 173-pound senior, carrying the ball around the left side and getting enough for a 1st down. Big play of that 20 yards on that carry by Lusby.
I'll tell you, it's an adjustment period for the Wolves. They haven't faced a team with this much team speed and misdirection all year long, and coming out of halftime, they really have to have their running shoes on to string those out and make those tackles. It was well blocked, Mark.
Sure was. Karstensen is under center now. Man goes in motion. Handoff straight to Witherspoon. Right the middle, another fumble on the play. And it looks like the Wolves may have got back on it. And yes, they do. Shawnee Wolves, another fumble.
Was that Brandon?
I think it was Will Thompson, number 37.
There we go.
Who falls on that ball. And oh man, Daniel, that's 3 fumbles tonight already. 2 fumbles, excuse me.
As we see the crowd going crazy, and well, they must, because this Shawnee team is a team of destiny right here. This shows how that was a huge drive by Lawton Mac. If they come out and they score right there, it's a whole new ball game, and Lawton Mac's right back in it with their explosive offense. But we take advantage of these types of turnovers.
All right, we need to definitely take advantage of the turnovers like we have all night long. Carter Whitson, the quarterback, hands it off.
Face mask.
And there's another penalty right off the bat there as Walter Boyd takes the handoff. And it looks like it's probably going to be a face mask call, and exactly what that is, and that's the 5-yard variety. Am I right about that, Mr. Whitehat? Earlier he signaled a 5-yard, and it was a 15-yarder.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we've got the white hat up in our booth, that should be a 15-yarder is all I got to say.
Yeah, but he's on our side. Okay. Thank you, Robert Douglas. We appreciate him helping us tonight. 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Shawnee with a 21-7 lead, trying to capitalize off of a turnover, a fumble just moments ago. Whitson in the shotgun. Keeps the ball, and he fumbles that ball, but is able to get back on top of it as he fakes the handoff there and doesn't get much on that particular play.
I guess that didn't hurt us too much because of the earlier face mask penalty. It's still second down and very manageable. A 2nd down and 6 upcoming for Carter. It looks like he just stumbled a little bit with that ball. You're right. Faked it to Lamar and couldn't tuck it away.
2nd down and 6 for the Shawnee Wolves. Ball is on the 27-yard line. Whitson wants to throw the ball. Doesn't have anybody open, so he has to keep it and is smothered there after a 1-yard gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and long situation.
It looked like they were giving a lot of attention to Zach Wallace over the middle, and Walter Boyd had scampered out to the outside, but he went undetected by Carter. Brings up a long 3rd down now.
Still need to take advantage of this turnovers. We were plus 5 coming into tonight's game, so now we should be plus 8. 3rd and 6 now for the Shawnee Wolves. Carter's going to keep that one, and they come with a heavy blitz there and stop him for a loss on the play, and Wolves are going to have to punt.
That was one of the adjustments that the Wolves coaching staff was talking about, thanks to our sideline reporter Steve Ballmer, in the second quarter, that Lawton Mac is showing a lot of different fronts, and they're bringing a lot of different blitzing schemes. We were to make some adjustments over halftime to try to pick those up. It didn't work that time, though. As we see Coach Whitson, Jason Bourbonnais deep to punt.
Bourbonnais to punt the ball, and it goes over toward where Chris Jackson is, and he calls for a fair catch, and the ball bounces right at midfield, so they're going to get some pretty decent field position. Actually, they're going to spot it inside the 50-yard line, about the 49-yard line, so it'll actually be into Wolves territory. It's a 25-yard punt, so that's under Bourbonnais' average. Pretty much the whole town is here tonight. I tell you, it's really a great crowd here.
It is beautiful to see for these kids, you know.
Well, they certainly deserve it.
And I say kids, they're young men.
1st and 10, the ball on the 49-yard line. Lawton, MacArthur, Highlanders go on offense now. And there's a quick handoff after a couple of fakes to Witherspoon. And he gets to the line of scrimmage, but not any further than that.
No, he was stopped right away by Richard Sims, and then Walter Boyd jumped right on top of that.
Finished him off. Actually ended up losing about a half a yard there, so the ball's right at midfield now.
If our defense had some time over there with Coach Brown to make some adjustments off of that first drive, we're going to be in good shape here.
Chris Brandon, number 73, checks out for a breather now. 2nd down and 11 for Mack. Carstensen wants to throw the ball, has no one out there. This well covered, and it collapses on him in a hurry as big.
Again, Richard Sims. And who was there to help him? Was it Walter again?
Walter was in there as well.
Great coverage back there.
David Holmes also in there.
Great coverage back there in the secondary by Tucker Brown, Carter Whitson, Joe Collier, and Corey McAvoy. He had nowhere to throw that ball, Mark.
And I think he knew it, and so he had to just hang on to it. It's 3rd down, and they so far have gotten nowhere. Actually, they've lost about a foot on both of those first 2 plays. 2nd down and 11. Wants to throw the ball. It's the quick slap pattern, and it's knocked down again for the 3rd time tonight.
I'll tell you, I could read the quarterback's eyes from here.
Of course.
And I read Torrance Ely's eyes. He moved right into that passing lane. He knew immediately where that quarterback was going with that ball.
Torrey was in the huddle.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he wasn't, Coach Brown was.
Coach Brown
he really has these guys prepared to play.
Absolutely, and Coach Whitson definitely has them prepared on offense.
There's a fake.
There's the fake.
Oh.
Again, they faked us out for the 2nd time tonight. And you know what? I think that may be a designed play.
Yes.
And I don't know if he was ever intended to run that ball at all. Maybe he wanted to. Yeah, that was their first punt of the 2nd half. And now it's 1st and 10. Shawnee takes over on their 16-yard line, thanks to a nice fake punt there. And then he finally does it. Little trouble with the ball on the handoff.
You know, that was Cody Lyles, and he really fought for that yard that he picked up. It was good that he didn't get stopped in the backfield. It's good to see just a sophomore, a pickup of 2 we see on the ground. And this would be a great time late in the 3rd quarter for Shawnee to put together a scoring drive, a sustained scoring drive, and tick off some of that clock.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. If we could just run some clock here on this particular long drive and drive the length of the field, boy, that could be the nail in the coffin for Lawton Mack. Carter Whitson, shotgun formation, has a man out there, and Zach Wallace is not able to catch up with that ball as he just threw it a little bit over his head, and he had to run underneath it there to make the completion and was not able to get out there far enough to match up with the arm of Carter Whitson, so that'll fall incomplete. 3rd down and 7 now.
Well, and you know what? This may have been my mistake, but I'm noticing that Zach has a heavily taped left ankle, and I don't recall seeing that in the first half, but it may have been there. Just to point it out. Might have made it more difficult for him to catch up to that pass.
3rd down and 7 for the Shawnee Wolves. Line stacked over to the left, 3 wide receivers, 1 to the right. Whitson rolls to the left side over there. He's probably going to run the ball. He's got a blocker out there and almost makes the corner cut. Actually gets some pretty decent yardage, but not near enough for the 1st down. He's going to be about 2 yards short. The Wolves will have to punt.
Again, that's a well-designed sweep with Carter just taking the ball. If he steps out of that tackle, he does have the 1st down. And a lot of times Carter is going to make that first tackler like that miss. He had 3 or 4 guys out there in front of him. See what Jason can do with this kick. He's got the wind behind him.
Bourbonnais standing now at his 10-yard line to make the punt. Gets his foot into this one. And I think he got all of that one as the ball's caught right at the 43-yard line, and that is where he has stopped immediately.
That's big Cody Lyles and Justin Bedwell down there very quickly. Refresh me at halftime. What were the total yards for both teams? Did we have that?
Yeah, we did. The total yardage altogether, 123 for Lawton and 200 yards for the Wolves. So it wasn't that far away. Our passing is really where we're leading in that particular category, because he had almost 100 yards in the first half compared to only 26 for Carstensen. It was only 2 of 8. And they're not a passing team, so if they have to come back and pass the ball, that really plays into our hand. 1st and 10 now for Lawton Mack on the 44-yard line, and he does pass that time, finds his receiver out there, and man, he can fly. And Corey McAvoy, there's a fumble on the play, and they're probably going to rule him down.
They did. They ruled him down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's Julian Furman, who really had some speed out there, and that's just when I said they don't pass a lot, they throw a big strike to number 9, Julian Furman. A 42-yard pass play from Karstensen to Furman, and
they've got David Holmes out there who needs some help.
David looks to be a little bit more injured than he was earlier now he's walking off pretty
I think
pretty
it might
well
have been
there.
A cramp.
You saw right before the first half as he hobbled off the field, and now he looks like he's probably going to be okay. Now, Shawnee back on their heels now, going to have to make a big defensive stand here as the Lawton Mack Highlanders are threatening now. Handoff around the left side, breaking tackles. Some sloppy tackling going on down there now.
I'll tell you, that's the only reason that he got any yards. They had him stopped right behind the line, and whoever it was that hit him, I didn't catch the number, just didn't wrap him up. He hit him with the shoulder, but didn't wrap him up, or he would have been stopped for a loss.
Lusby on the carry all the way down to I think they're going to spot the ball on the 3-yard line, it looks as though, and they're going to have to measure. Are they going to measure? Yeah, they're going to measure this. They're going to see if that's not good enough for a first down, and if it is, that's going to be first and goal if they're able to make that first down.
That pass play was a weird design defensively. Carter came up and looked as if he was going to blitz, and then he fell back into coverage, but they were able to cut the seam and catch the ball right in front of him. Looks like they did get the first down, Mark.
Yeah, it's good enough for a first down. It's going to be first and goal now for Lawton Mack, and they seem to be the king of big plays, as we've seen a couple of them tonight, one for a touchdown, and now this big play here.
We seem to be king of bend but don't break. Let's see if we can push them back.
Let's see what we can do. Ball at the 2-yard line. Handoff. Nope. Yes, handoff to the right side, and I think he's going to be close, but not quite in there.
They didn't give it to him.
Didn't quite get there. I was looking at 22 Witherspoon, who didn't have the ball.
It's about a 1-foot line. Yeah, it's about 1 foot to go. It looks like something they might try a quarterback sneak on.
Yeah, just going to have to stack it up here. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 21-7 our score, but Lawton Mack threatening here as they push the ball close to a touchdown. See no signal yet from anyone. Now I do. Touchdown, Lawton Mack. Took a while to uncover the pile to discover that sure enough he had broken the plane of the goal line and got in. With 1 minute and 47 seconds left, Lawton is able to drive from their, well, I think they were started down here around the 46-yard line or so. Extra point kick is up, and it is good. So Jason Brandstetter adds the extra point on that.
Well, it just wouldn't be right if we didn't have a ball game, Mark, and that's exactly what we have with 1:47 left in the third quarter.
Could be an interesting fourth quarter for the Wolves.
On both sides, really fighting for this state championship. Of course, both schools have set their sights on this at the beginning of the season, worked hard all year long, and we expect it to be a dogfight.
Well, Lawton Mack has never won a state championship. I believe this is the fourth time
You're right.
that they have been here to attempt to win that prestigious gold ball.
I know it was.
I believe they were here the first time.
71,
and then a couple of more times they got beat by Ardmore, I believe, for one of those state championships.
95, I think, was the last time. I don't know where in between, but
71, 90, they lost to Ardmore, and then 95, they got beat by John Marshall. So they have yet to be victorious. And then, of course, we know what it feels like to win a state championship. Say we, the 73 team certainly knows what it feels like to win a state championship.
And this crowd is just going crazy on both sides. The crowds are really into this game. It's fun to see and hear and feel.
All right, Lawton set to kick the ball off. Brandstetter, that time another high kick, goes to the 30-yard line. And I tell you, he really can get that ball up in the air. Enough time for the defenders to get down there, and it seems like he's kicked it every time to Zach Wallace.
Shawnee 21, Lawton MacArthur 14.
Lawton Mac players are urging the fans on to spur their team on to make some noise here as Shawnee goes on offense now. 1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. We need to take it down and score. Carter Whitson keeps the ball and is snuffed out there in a hurry as he has no time at all to get rid of it. And they are really showing some blitz there.
They
coming
are. They're
in a
putting
hurry.
7 guys right up there on the line. Either we're going to need to make adjustments on the line and fill those gaps, or Carter's not going to have a chance. I don't think that it's going to be Carter to be able to just run up the middle time right now.
No, they're keying on that. That's one of the things that they definitely are keying on. And you see the fans down there are just in a frenzy right now. Loss of 4 on that play. 2nd down and 14 now. Do you go back to the slant pattern pass right here, right away? Carter Whitson keeps the ball, pitches the ball out. He's got some outside running room there, does Lamar White. And Lamar picks up about 4 or 5 yards on that carry. Going to bring up a 3rd down. It's going to be a long 3rd down as he picked up the lost yardage, and then that Whitson had lost earlier on the sack, and now it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Big play here, Mark.
Yeah, it really is. We want to take the wind out of their sails here, and it's a great time to do it, to be able to get a 1st down. Zach Wallace to the bottom of your screen. Look for him. Pitch
double
out.
Pass.
It's going to be a double pass, and he is so wide open. Oh, my gosh, and he falls down, or that would have been a touchdown. But credit Lamar White for at least coming up with the ball and making a great catch, and he couldn't have been more open than anyone as Lamar White was out there, and they bought the fake hook, line, and sinker.
You're exactly right. That's a play that was designed this week. Never saw this season.
We tried it a couple of times, remember?
We're pulling out all the stops, and that was a great time because that's a big 1st down going into the 4th quarter.
Well, it was only an 18-yard pickup, but it was a very important one because it got enough for a 1st down as we go into this 4th quarter of play with a 7-point lead.
Honey, get me GI help for my belly.
Yeah, I need some GI help.
Not that kind of GI.
No wait. Appointments now for belly problems at Triad Complete Healthcare. Charlotte Barnett has insured regional business with commercial policies for over 40 years. If you want to get the best commercial insurance coverage while working with a commercial insurance expert, call Charlotte's Ford Insurance Agency now for a quote. Stewart & Clover Attorneys and Title Company exists to help people. It really is that simple. Whether you have personal or business legal questions or need help navigating land title issues, Stewart & Clover is big enough to solve problems, small enough to care.
Daniel, I think I remember that play earlier in the season when they threw the ball out there to Joe Collier, and I think maybe he had didn't complete the ball or something, but it was definitely a setup for a halfback. I don't know if it was that particular pass or not,
right.
But it definitely, because they threw that ball back across the field.
Yeah.
And but it's definitely a play that we haven't seen, and certainly Lawton Mac didn't know it was coming, and it was an opportune time, especially for the Wolves, in needing to pick up that 1st down, which they just did, and now they are sitting pretty at the 48-yard line with a 1st and 10 as we begin the 4th quarter of action with a 21-14 lead over Lawton Mac. This one for the state championship. It's 4th quarter.
And this is a big set of downs. One big play or one trick play, if it doesn't go all the way for a touchdown, that's not going to make a huge difference. It does make a difference for the moment. If he would have took that all the way back for a touchdown, which quite possibly could have happened, would have made a huge impact.
I'm just glad he caught the ball.
That's right. Right now, Shawnee needs to settle down, settle in, and move the ball in for a
Seems
score.
like that's one of the most difficult times to catch a ball when there's nobody else around you. You know you've got to catch it, and Lamar White did. 1st and 10, Carter Whitson, shotgun formation. Handoff up the middle.
Lamar White
Goes to the 45-yard line into Lawton, MacArthur, Highland territory. Go, clock, go. Man, I wish those things could tick off faster than they are.
I'll tell you what, I want to read something that just came up to us from our sideline reporter, Steve Palmer. It's a little insight of what's going on down there on the sideline. It says, I love how Coach Whitson involves the whole team and fans in the process. He makes it dramatic and exciting. In a word, he makes it fun. How about that?
It is fun. There's no doubt about it. We're having a great time up here. 2nd down and 3. Carter Whitson with the handoff. Lamar White gets close to a 1st down, and the clock keeps moving, and the Shawnee Wolves keep marching down the field. How important is this drive to go down and score and take a 2-touchdown lead? Going to take a timeout here, an official time out to check the measurement to see if it's good enough for a Wolves 1st down. 1st and 10 now as we get the 1st down. Ball is going to be right at the 42-yard line as the Wolves come to the line of scrimmage. Zach Wallace to the bottom of your screen. Whitson goes into the shotgun. Rolls over to his right. He's going to keep the ball. Got some running room out there. 2nd down and 6 now for the Wolves. Cudjoe split out to the far right. Handoff up the middle. Lamar White gets close to a 1st down, and we're just running the ball and running some clock, Daniel. And this drive, again, so important to go down and establish field position and clock management more importantly, another timeout, another measurement.
You're exactly right, Mark. It's so important right now that we move the ball up the field and eat up some clock while we do it. We need to get points.
All right, 2nd down now. 3rd down and 1. Carter Whitson probably going to take the ball up the middle there, and he does, and he hands it off, and it's close up for a 1st down.
Cody Lyles.
That's Cody Lyles, who still not down, but they stop him in forward motion, good enough for a 1st down. They'll move to change. They'll start the clock, and that is the 12th 1st down tonight for the Shawnee Wolves, and they are taking care of business on the ground tonight and eating up that clock. You see it down less than 10 minutes left to go. 21-14 our score. Everybody is in tight except for Zach Wallace on the far right side, split way out there. Carter Whitson keeps the ball, and Pushke comes in there and stops him for no gain.
Yeah, they're really waiting for that play, and it's very slow to develop with this quick team that Lawton Mac has. That just hasn't been too successful this evening. It is so important, Mark, of what we do with this drive after Lawton Mac coming down and scoring as they did the last time they had the ball. We really need to push this forward.
I think Whitson would like to be able to get the ball out there to Zach Wallace, but he just doesn't have enough time as he stands in the pocket. He's going to have to roll out probably in order to have enough time to get rid of the ball. It's 2nd down and 11. Whitson this time does stand in the pocket, does throw it to Wallace, but he overthrows him just a hair as Wallace, even with his big frame, reaches up that big arm and is not able to bring that one in, and it stops the clock, and it's 3rd down and 11, and the Wolves need to convert here. 4-down territory?
Yes, I do. I think that they'll try to run a play that's going to get at least half to make it a 4th and 5 or something very manageable. If they don't move the ball at all from the 30, then you might have a decision to. You might have a decision. To probably put them deep in their own territory.
I like the play at the first of the game where he rolled out to the right and pitched it out to Lamar White around the right side there. 3rd down and 11. Carter Whitson hands the ball off to Was that right?
Yeah, that's
okay,
Lamar.
Okay.
And they did exactly that. They got themselves into a position of being in 4th and 5.
Yeah.
Something like
a manageable situation in fourth down.
Where Lawton is probably thinking pass, but we have the option to do something on the run as well. I don't think, well, I'll go out there just so I can get egg on my face. I don't think that we will have Carter making this play because I think they'll be keying on it. I think we need to go somewhere else with it.
Bet it's going to be a pass. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 in the backfield, tight end to the right. Carter Whitson does throw it out there. It's a little floater. Oh, and he catches the ball, but he's out of bounds. He made a great play on that ball.
Yeah, he did.
Did Zach Wallace, but he wasn't able to keep his feet in bounds. Just a little bit too far to the outside. Handoff goes to the outside there. That's number 3, Alvin Lusby, who tries the left side and picks up about 5 or 6 yards on that carry.
Now, Hawkins, he played on that team, is that right?
Yes, Jeff Hawkins and Mike Hawkins both.
Are they brothers? Or kin? No telling? I wonder about that.
7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Second down and 3 now for Lawton Mack. Ball is on the 30-yard line. Quarterback wants to throw the ball. Has a man out there, and there's a lot of pushing going on, but no flag down as Pushki pushes his man out of the way and is able to get away with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's one of the best cornerbacks in the state with Corey McAvoy. I'll say that in 5A. We've witnessed enough games to see him make the plays to call that because that's one of the best receivers in the state as well in 5A. He may certainly be a D1 prospect.
Well, he's their primary receiver and has been all year long is Michael Pushki, number 40. The ball's handed off on the left side, on the right side.
Great pursuit by
Right side,
Justin
left
Fedler.
side in the middle. I'm telling you, I'm still confused. I believe that was West. Was that number 8?
I don't know, but I know
Furman.
Eric Combs really strung it out nicely, and Justin Bidwell came in and cleaned up the play. Corey McAvoy was out there, of course, along with Carter Whitson, but Eric Combs really stepped up there.
Lawton is only 2 for 8 on 3rd down conversions.
This is
4th down, though. 4th and 2, and look where they are, and look where they're going for it. There's the handoff, and is he stuffed? If he is stuffed here, this could be the biggest play of the game.
And he is stopped.
I cannot believe. Can you believe they went for that?
I can because they're a little cocky.
Oh,
whoa. It looked like Walter Boyd came up with the football even.
Oh, man.
Look at the mark they're giving them, though, Mark. They are giving them. No, they're not. Okay. I thought that they were giving them a different mark.
Are they going to measure?
I was going to have to talk with my official friend that's standing behind me.
Well,
how
they are going to
measure.
Kind of
mark.
They have called a timeout for an official measurement. They're going to bring the sticks out.
I'll tell you that the line judge,
he didn't get it. He's not even close. Why do you have to go out for? Why do you have to pull the sticks out for that?
Simply,
I can tell.
Simply because it was asked for, probably.
Oh,
if it's asked for,
can they do
bring
that?
it out. So
it's just a nice thing to do.
As the Shawnee crowd goes wild, we want to go ahead and enjoy this ball game.
Yes, we do.
That's what we want to do.
Because we've got 6 minutes and 46 seconds to run off this clock. And we already saw earlier on the previous drive, as Shawnee had the ball, they were able to run a lot of clock.
And it looks like
timeout
on the change of possession, we're going to have a timeout.
Wolves take over on downs as Walter Boyd takes the ball, and Lawton Mack, seemingly a sense of desperation as they go for it on 4th down.
Well, it's only a bad play if we can turn it into points.
Well, it's a bad play in a respect that we get the ball back and are able to run some more clock out. Had they just gone ahead and punted it and played defense, they made it. But who knows what could have happened? It's a moot point at this point because we do have the ball and are hopefully can move it in and get some kind of points. Carter Whitson under center, hands the ball off straight up the middle. Goes Lamar White for a couple of yards.
Keeping the ball on the ground, and it brings up a big 3rd down play, a 3rd down and 8, maybe 9. Be interesting to see what we call here. Do we keep the clock moving with a 7-point lead, or do we put it in the air? I know Coach Whitson is not bashful about going for it, so there's no telling what's going to happen here. It is third, and they're calling it 3rd and 10 on the scoreboard.
Whew, this is getting exciting.
Clock ticking.
When that clock just keeps ticking. Oh, man, this is exciting. 3rd down and 10. Like to see us convert this one here and hang on to the football. He just hands the ball off, though, and now it's going to be 4th down for the Wolves. Everybody still has 3 timeouts left. Wow.
And somebody's taken one of those timeouts. It looks like Shawnee is.
Well, yeah, more than likely. This is going to be a critical play here, obviously. And not that every play is not, but if we can convert on this 4th down play, then we maintain possession. Okay. 5 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in this state championship game. Shawnee Wolves against Lawton MacArthur.
Coach Whitson said, boys, go out there and get it.
It's 4th down and 9. The ball is on the 31-yard line. Whitson wants to pass. Has a man out there. Ball's intercepted. No, incomplete. But it wouldn't matter. Actually, it would have been better if it was intercepted.
And he did. They're
and
marking
it was.
it there.
Okay. Well, it's better intercepted than an incomplete pass at this particular point, because that puts them back there on the 16-yard line.
That's exactly
right. Of course, it would have been better if it had been complete to us, but nevertheless,
that's as good as a punt.
It's probably better than what you probably could have got out of a punt.
Well, and to be honest, all playoffs long, these defenses had to step up and make the plays, and that's all that's being asked right now is defense. Time to step up.
1st and 10 for Lawton Mack. Ball is taken around the right side, and he gets close. Well, actually, he picks up about 8 yards on that carry. Daniel, that's the first turnover that we have given up since the Bixby interception way back in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. And that one was almost a giveaway in the sense of he wants somebody to catch that ball and have it marked where it was. So
Lawton Mack, looking for the big play here. Quarterback keeps the ball. He's got a big play happening now. He's to the 50-yard line, to the 40, and he's finally knocked out of bounds as Carter Whitson finally pushes him out of bounds at the 40-yard line. But you saw the speed of Ryan Karstensen there as he keeps the ball.
And that was one of the first times that I've noticed that they've actually cut across the grain, and they've come to the short side of the field after faking with their motion. And the quarterback just kept it, and they blocked it well. Picked up a lot of yardage.
37 yards on that pickup by Lawton Mack. Ball's at the 40-yard line now. 1st and 10. 4 minutes, 22 seconds left to go. Just need to keep them out of here. Big play now as the ball goes over the middle, and that's going to be pass interference. As you saw the referee the official right on top of that one. And he throws the yellow garment on the field, and that's going to give them Lawton Mack great field position now.
Well, the coaches, Mark, before that, does this look a little bit familiar with about 4:17 left?
Oh, man. Is it, am I dreaming, or is this the Ardmore Tigers we're playing? No, wait a minute. Okay, he's gonna go back to the 40 and mark it off from that point. So 15 yards on the penalty against the Wolves there. The ball is going to be at the 35-yard line.
And I'll tell you, that was a great play by Corey McAvoy. He saw Carter fall, and he peeled off his man and jumped in there to save a touchdown, really.
Karstensen under center, hands the ball off around the left side. Goes Lusby's breaking tackles left and right. Oh, and now Lawton Mack is definitely threatening as they get into the red zone. It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball is going to be at the 11-yard line.
We've played a lot of this period down in their end of the field. Now they're threatening on our end. We need to stop them. Just at 4 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Just under 4 minutes, as you say. 1st and 10 now for Mack. Over the middle. Witherspoon takes the ball. They can actually get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown.
Looked like Brannon and Holmes down there in on that tackle.
Wolves need to keep them out of the end zone here.
2nd and 7.
They really do. This is a gut check for the Shawnee Wolves defense. And, you know, I believe in these guys. I believe they'll step up to the challenge and hold them out.
2nd down and 7 now. 3 wide receivers out. 1 goes in motion. He takes the handoff, tries the right side, and he gets really, really close to the touchdown, but he doesn't get in. He's right about a foot short, as that was Julian Furman around the end who took the handoff.
I'll tell you, Mark, you can't get much closer than that. He did not cross the plane. Some of the Lawton people seem to want them to mark it, but I think he actually got a very generous mark in where they spotted it. So we'll see. 3 minutes left.
Well, it was 3 minutes left in the Ardmore game last week when they scored to tie the ball game, and we drove the length of the field. Could we see history repeating itself 2 weeks in a row? We'll see what happens here, but they're not in yet. As we'll see, probably a quarterback sneak, and we do, and he has no trouble at that time of getting into the end zone. And Lawton Mack scores, and they're 1 point away from tying up this ball game with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this one.
Yes, it is. In this, it's not tied yet, though. This is a big extra point here. It's a lot of pressure.
Very big.
We missed one earlier. Let's see what they try to do. Yeah, I would be aware of some trickery here, too.
Yeah, I sure would, too. You wouldn't want to see him try to go for 2 here. Is Jacob Brandstetter lines up for the kick.
Goes through.
Oh, he does not get it. The kick is no good. And that, my friends, could be the difference in the ball game. A chance for a state championship could just have gone down the tubes for Lawton Mack as he misses the extra point. How critical is that, my friends? Wide to the right was that kick off the toe of Jacob Brandstetter, and you kind of feel sorry for that poor guy, but we feel so good for the Wolves that just evidently could be the difference in the ball game with only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. If we can get any kind of drive at all established, a couple of 1st downs, Lawton Mack only has 3 timeouts. They do have 3 timeouts left. Thought they'd called one earlier. We called the timeout earlier, that's right. There are 3 timeouts left, so really they've got an opportunity to stop the clock several times. 21 Shawnee and 20 Lawton Mack with the extra point being no good off the toe of Brandstetter.
Go time, show time, get on your feet, it's my time. Go time, show time, get on your feet.
Hey Mom, I got hurt playing volleyball and you forgot to pack my ibuprofen. You got hurt? That's okay, you just need some ibuprofen. Go to Eric's Pharmacy around the corner. They should have some.
We have contracts with many employers, and we do drug testing, alcohol testing, pre-employment screenings. We also do workers' comp, so if someone gets injured on the job and needs stitches, staples, break a bone, then we can absolutely see them and they cannot go to the emergency room.
Connecting our community with convenient, compassionate care.
Yes.
That's what you guys do.
It is what we do.
Shawnee leads this one 21-20, 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. And Daniel, could we see an onside kick?
I think we could, and I think we will.
I think we better be ready for it. Do we have the hands people down there?
We do. We've got Zach down there, Zach Wallach, Eric Combs. We got Cujo down there, Bourbonnais.
Anybody?
We've got people who can catch the ball down there. Joe Collier.
The ball has got to cross the 50-yard line in order to be able to be recovered. And that's exactly what they didn't go 10 yards, and so the ball will be recovered there by the Wolves, and the ball must go 10 yards in order, or that's past the 50-yard line in order for Lawton to be able to fall on the ball for the onside kick. So it couldn't have gone more favorably for the Wolves.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark, my heart really does go out to that young man, that kicker. He's had a very successful year. Everything about him has been successful.
He's kicked a 43-yard field goal.
This has just been tough, and we now have to take advantage of these mistakes and go on to a state championship. It's far from over, Shawnee.
Oh, yeah.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Never count your chickens here before they're hatched, as Shawnee takes over now, 1st and 10, hands the ball off.
Walter Boyd, it looks
Walter Boyd keeps it, and now they jump up real quickly. Does Lawton Mack to call a timeout, as you see number 3, Alvin Lusby, come over to the linesman there and say timeout, and so that is, they only have 2 of those left. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to go from a state championship. Man, you probably need 2 first downs with a brain trust work down there on the field, as our offensive lineup was trying to get their signals in and determine what they're going to do for these final 2.5 minutes of this ball game, as Lawton Mack was doing the same on defense, trying to stop us. 2nd down, 9 yards to go for the Wolves. Still waiting a little bit here to.
And it's television timeout. So I want to also recognize Harvey's in what they've done in order to help make this broadcast possible. They stepped up at the last minute when we needed it for these finals. Thanks, Harvey's. Jason O'Connor, thanks a lot.
Carter Whitson under center, going to keep the ball and picks up a couple of yards. And do they call another timeout? Yes, they do. And that is the 2nd timeout now.
At Hardesty Deli, the food is great and the people are even better. A genuinely local atmosphere. The Oliver family has more than 70 years as butchers with Hardesty. If you're in Shawnee, you gotta stop at Hardesty Deli.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Battershell, and I have relocated and continue serving family medicine clients at the Triad Complete Healthcare in Shawnee. I love what I do, and it's an honor to serve my patients. Please call Triad Complete Healthcare in Shawnee if I may be of service for you.
The bees and their keeper can communicate. The beekeeper can hear when they're in distress and helps in turn. This partnership of mutual encouragement is a reflection of the harmony and balance we strive for at St. Gregory's Abbey.
Well, this particular play right here is a huge play now for the Shawnee Wolves. It's 3rd down and 6. We need to complete this 1st down here. Whitson throws the ball out there. It's caught, but he is trapped right after Lamar White catches that. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage and actually loses a couple of yards on that play. It's going to bring up 4th down, and unfortunately we're going to have to kick this ball away as Lawton calls their final timeout. They're going to have the ball back with 2 minutes and some change with no timeouts left.
And you know what all roads are pointing to?
Oh, yeah.
Is what? A last-second kick of some sort for this young man to be able to try to put the game again on his foot.
And what scares me is the fact that he's already, earlier in the year, kicked a 43-yard long field goal. And so you know that if they can get anywhere near, say, the 30, 35-yard line, somewhere around in that particular point of the field, on our end of the field, they would probably try that, and all they need is a field goal to win it. But
I think anywhere inside the 30 they might try it, depending on time in the clock and how far they had to go in order to make the first. But, you know, from our perspective, what our coaches are telling them is they're saying, you know what, defense, people have looked down on you all year long and you've done nothing but make plays. And this is an opportunity for you to step up and make plays and save this ball game.
Don't think we'd probably try a fake punt here. I doubt very seriously. We want to pin them back into some type of corner situation there, coffin corner. And this is going to be Jason Bourbonnet's final punt of this season, and none could be more important than the punt that he is about to make, standing at his 40-yard line. Jason needs to get off a great punt here and hopefully not allow any kind of return. Gets off a nice punt. Ball's bouncing around there. Just let that thing bounce, boys, as long as it can because it's ticking off the clock. Gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's a 35-yard punt. Great effort by Jason Bourbonnais. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in this one, folks. Fasten your seatbelts. It's 21-20 Shawnee over MacArthur.
So we see the rowdy Shawnee crowd
man.
looking forward to a nice defensive stand.
And this is when Shawnee needs to make some noise and make some put some confusion into the head of Ryan Karstensen, the quarterback, as he comes to the line of scrimmage under center. Need to keep him out of it. Karstensen keeps the ball, and he gets nowhere as that whole line crashes down on top of him.
Justin Bedwell getting off that pile. Who's at the bottom, though? That's
Holmes.
David Holmes is on the bottom. Chicago Heron. Both of those guys are playing a little bit banged up and hurt. Got him a loss of 3 yards on that play.
And don't forget, Daniel, there's no timeouts left. Clock moving. 1 minute, 44, 43, 42. Clock moving. They can't stop it. He wants to throw the ball. He's in big trouble. He's sacked, almost sacked. And how's he get away from that? I don't know. But he gets down almost close to a first down. But he just, and then there's a penalty goes down.
Somebody pushed him late, Mark.
Somebody
Gives him
pushed him late.
15 yards.
And the coach is not going to be happy about that. I'll tell you what. That quarterback, Ryan Karstensen, should have been sacked. Almost should have been a safety. And I don't know how in the world he got out of the grasp of several Shawnee defenders, but he was able to do so. And it's going to be a late hit, personal foul against Shawnee, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And it couldn't come at a worse time for Shawnee because we had him stopped even though he was out of bounds and it stopped the clock. At least they didn't have a first down, but now they've got new blood, new life. Ball at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go in the state championship game. Karstensen wants to throw. He's got a man over the middle, overthrows the receiver, Pushke.
It's a big play by the defense. We are getting pressure in there. We've got our ears back, and we're really going after him now, Mark.
He was well defended out there. And you see Carter Whitson telling the fans, get up off your seats and scream and make some noise.
I'll tell you, Mark.
And get in the head of Ryan Karstensen.
This is why high school football is so much fun.
It's a blast. Okay, it's 2nd down, 10 yards, 1 minute, 26 seconds left to go. They must pass the ball. And he does, and the ball is almost picked off. And that could have been lights out football if he could have picked that one off. And he's banging his head thinking, oh my goodness, Gilly almost had him a Christmas gift early.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, he did. But the first thing that happened after he got up was Carter Whitson came and tapped him on the helmet. And then so did David Holmes saying, all right, buddy, that's a good play. Now let's go stop him again. 3rd down and 10, Mark.
All right. It's 3rd down, 10 yards, ball, 30-yard line. Lawton, MacArthur, Highlanders trying to get back into this one. Man goes in motion. He's got to throw the ball. Throws out there. Ball is not complete. Incomplete. It is 4th down now. 10 yards for a first. Wolves will give up a little bit, but they're not going to give up much. 1 minute, 17 seconds as the clock is stopped on that incomplete pass. And this very well could be the final play for Lawton MacArthur offense if they don't get a first down. Our fans are in a frenzy over on the other sideline over there. Here it is. This is for all the marbles. And he's sacked. Nobody's not sacked. He is sacked. Fumble on the play. No, it doesn't matter. We get the ball back. Sweet Sally Bogali. We're going to win a state championship. It's been 30 years, folks. But the Shawnee Wolves have proven that defense wins football games. It's 21-20 with only 1 minute. All we have to do is come out, take a knee, and 2 knees maybe, and that's going to be the ball game. I tell you what, Karstensen loves to make the game interesting because just when you think he's sacked, He finds a way to get free, but he wasn't able to finally break out of the grasp, and Shawnee takes him down, and they take over. Carter Whitson will just take a knee right here and just hang on to the ball, move the ball forward, and it will have to set the clock one more time, and the fans know it now.
Great prices sell cars, and Castricke Auto Mart truly understands that principle. Straightforward pricing with no gimmicks. Located on the corner of Harrison and Jefferson for over 40 years, shop at the lot or online. Castricke Auto Mart. They're good people. Castricke Tire and Alignment. Local, family-owned business with over 40 years of experience. Tires, alignments, front-end parts, and brakes installed. Check them out on Facebook. Castricke Tire and Alignment.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
Play It Again Sports, where we buy your gently used sporting goods for cash. We give this award out once a month. The award doesn't go just to the greatest athlete or to the greatest student. It goes to the greatest person.
We take one more knee. Somebody pinch me. Is this happening? Are we winning this game or not? Woo! Carter Whitson takes the ball, falls forward. That's going to do it, folks. You can put this one in the bank and put it in 6-inch headlines. Shawnee High School is your 5A state champion for 2003. 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. State champion, Shawnee High School.
It's official.
Woo! Woo-hoo!
What a season.
Sweet Sally Bogali.
What a season. Way to go, guys. And here comes the Gatorade.
Oh, we did it. You see it. Finally got drenched by the Gatorade. Oh, man. We had to open up the window here. It's hot in this booth now. Wow.
On this chilly night.
Oh, man, is this fun.
Your Shawnee Wolves.
Oh, man, I'm speechless. This is unbelievable.
Shawnee, nobody outside of our
chance.
community gave them a chance other than the first week of the playoffs. And even coming into the playoffs, no chance. But yet these boys and these coaching staff, you know what they did? They believed in one another. They stuck together. They fought as a team. And they have come out champions.
You know, Coach Whitson said it last night. There are no superstars on this team. It's just a team effort. Everyone pulls together. They have responded so well after the Tulsa East Central game that we were humiliated in. This team has been a different team since that time. They have not lost a game, and now you can count them state champions, and they indeed are. And I tell you what, every one of these guys are champions.
That's exactly right.
Oh, my goodness.
Nobody would believe at the beginning of this season that the Shawnee Wolves were going to end up as the 2003 Class 5A state champions. And again, I go back to what I said at the early part of the game, and when we were introducing, is the coach Whitson said as he takes the boys down, and he allows them a time of a time to listen and a time to pray and a time to rejoice. Look at that. How
Man,
beautiful
there's a lot
that is.
of rejoicing going on there.
But
down there tonight.
he said from the beginning, Coach Whitson said, this team will go, and this team will go as far as the seniors will take us. And boy, these seniors have come through. They have really come through. I can guarantee you what he is doing is he's telling these boys that it's up to them. And here they go, and we'll just be silent with them as they give thanks to God.